King can come sit in if he wants to.
Do we repeat ourselves? Because I didn't watch the royal wedding.
No, I didn't watch it. I saw, as I said before, I saw some photos.
I haven't watched the royal wedding, but I did watch videos on it and stuff.
The most
like
I did for the royal wedding was Photoshop a picture of my uncle in front of fucking Harry. That's about it.
My mum came into my room. She's like, "Oh, do you want to watch the royal wedding?" I'm like,
No.
No, the royal wedding's garbage.
But mum's a monarchist. Like she thinks we should use a monarchy, and she loves all that stuff.
Does she have like an argument for it? She just think it's cool.
She just thinks it's cool.
What? The?
Monarchy's such a flawed system, though.
It's not even like a.
It worked for the time. No, for the time they were in, when they had it, it worked fairly well. But
yeah, I don't think it worked today.
But I think there was more population and education based than anything else. Like if you had like 1 million people compared to 10,000, monarchy wouldn't work.
No, monarchy's a small nation thing.
It is.
That's why, even though Britain still has like kings and queens and stuff,
they don't use it.
They don't matter.
They have like no real power. Like I bet you that if the queen ever went, we're going to invade a country, she would get destroyed the second she tried that.
Yeah, but they'd still do it because they had to.
No, like if she just randomly decided.
Oh, if she randomly decided.
Goes through
if she just said, like, I want to invade Russia today, they would say no. Her parliament would say no, and she would probably be impeached. Well, not impeached, but whatever.
You can't really impeach the queen.
I mean, you can. You can just say you're not a queen anymore. You haven't been for 100 years.
Yeah,
They're like a tourist attraction at this point.
They are, but she still has power over their government, government. Because the highest representative in both state and country government in Australia is the Crown.
Yeah, which is run by the Queen's advisories and stuff.
Yeah, which is the Governor and the Governor General.
It may as well just be the fucking Prime Minister.
What she really is she's just a really rich person that they just went, fuck it, sure, let's keep her.
She's basically like Bill Gates. I mean,
essentially,
if Bill Gates bought a fucking palace and some jewels and shit, he could be the king of America.
Yeah.
He could buy his own country.
He could probably fucking
feed a whole country.
Like a state of America. You could probably buy. How much is?
Oh, let's see what the cheapest country.
States don't cost that much.
State probably costs a lot.
I don't think he's got like $10 million.
I should be using a different laptop.
Bill Gates has $10 million.
I meant billion.
You meant 70 billion.
Oh yeah, that's right. He's rich.
Right.
You just searching up what's the cheapest state to buy.
No, Amazon's even richer. I think he has like 110 million. But to be fair, his entire net worth is based off his company.
How much does it cost to liberate a country?
Bill Gates only uses half his net worth from Microsoft.
Well, okay, here we go. Serious question. I've seen whole islands for sale for only $500, but what would happen, say, I buy that island and want to make it a country?
Oh, yeah.
Because if you have...
It's your land, independently, but you probably... not.
Because you can secede. You can secede whichever countries, but you can secede from that country, I guess.
Wouldn't that country just be like no and send like one soldier over and kick the shit out of you?
Pretty much.
If they let you do it, that'd be a different thing, though.
How much? Okay, search is related to how much does a country cost? How much does it cost to start a country? Country billionaires could buy. How much does it cost to run a country? Here's my favorite. How much would it cost to buy the world?
God, probably trillions and trillions and trillions and trillions.
Here we go.
If you don't have to pay off the debt.
Okay, it should be even more than that. It'd be
in pictures, countries billionaires could buy. Costa Rica, Bill Gates' net worth, $50 billion, is greater than the GDP of Costa Rica for $48.3 billion. Billion, yeah.
Doesn't mean you buy their country just because they produce that much a year.
Yeah.
You need to do more stuff than that. But
I
guess GDP is a decent one to go off.
I think Bill Gates could probably buy like...
I'm doing my research, don't worry.
Fucking Idaho or something in America.
So he's $50 billion.
I think he's 70. I think he's 70.
It said $50 billion in that one.
Hey, check Forbes list. I'm pretty sure he's second to the guy who owns Amazon.
Castles in France, islands.
I think he's third because there's some.
Not sure.
Chinese
he's either
guy
second or
something.
He's somewhere in the top 3, 100%.
I know who's under him. It's Vladimir Putin. So.
Bloomberg LP equals the value of the goods and services produced in South Africa's Republic of Zambia, $17.5 billion.
You'd have to base it off not only the
you have to
GDP,
base it off land value and air value.
Yeah, because land, if someone bought a block of land, but it was essentially just worthless, like it just had dirt, it's going to cost less than if you buy, like...
A country with cities.
Yeah. If we're just going base land value, like you buy a piece of land...
Okay, so if money wasn't...
worth of land...
So Bill Gates couldn't buy Melbourne. The buildings would cost too much.
Yeah. It
costs like $1 million a house.
Yeah, it's a lot of stuff.
There's like
there.
1 million people living in Melbourne. So 1 million times 1 million.
Yeah, it's a lot.
There's 10 fucking...
Alright, so here's how you'd have to do it. So you'd have to go by a small island in the middle of nowhere that nobody cares about.
Yeah.
Declare your independence. Apply to the UN to be a member state. Bribe China, Russia, US, and UK, and France,
Not to
and
fucking
4 more
attack you.
countries that hold non-permanent seats in UN to recommend your country to the UNGA to be a member state, and then bribe up
Jesus
around
Christ.
130 more countries to vote yes during the General Assembly session.
It's very hard to become a country.
Mm-hmm.
But could you...
By your own, so that's already a country.
Yeah. Could you just buy, like, the Netherlands? Wait, what's a small, shitty, insignificant country?
Well, not the
Could you
Netherlands.
buy
Netherlands are very successful.
Lithuania?
Lithuania.
Or Liechtenstein. Liechtenstein's like nothing. It's so tiny.
Well, you could probably bribe Russia to finally take over the Ukraine and then buy the Ukraine from them because they don't want it.
Fair. But also, they would probably, like, just say that you're part of, like, a group with them, like the Soviet Union. So you
Yeah,
wouldn't
you'd have
even
to become
be...
part of that.
If
But
you wanted
we're
to
still
be
part
like
of
yeah.
We're still
We're
part of the Commonwealth, so
Mm.
If you wanted to be an independent, singular nation, you'd have to buy something like a shitty place near Switzerland or something. You need
Yeah.
to buy, like, a tiny place.
tiny island off the coast of
Spain or Greece.
Yeah.
I mean, Greece is
Greece
worth
is
like
like
nothing.
3,000
Their economy
islands.
is like nothing.
Yeah, they have
You can probably buy... Bill Gates can probably buy Greece.
all of Greece.
Probably. It'd be like a fucking wheelbarrow of dollars and you get like a fucking island.
You buy Greece with just like a truck.
Hey, I have a pocket full of pennies, buttons, and string. How many Greece could I buy?
How many?
A lot.
How much of Greece could I get?
Percentage-wise, with
Just has
three
a
bits
map of Greece and just draws
with
half
four
of
with 4 completely different buttons, 3 lengths of string,
it. This button's made out of plastic that looks like crystal. That's at least 2 islands.
to at least 2
Two
islands of
islands.
Greece, and half of the parliament.
Yeah.
Do you think Greece can afford to pay for their stuff? Like, I know they're running out of money.
I think Greece is so poor they probably can't afford to get paid. They couldn't. I don't think they could afford to sell land to Bill Gates.
Yeah, I don't think he'd take that.
They would
land.
lose more than they would probably gain.
Yeah.
If that's even possible, because their economy is already dead.
What happened to them? I actually don't remember.
Me either. I remember being in the news when I was like 10.
I think it was just a massive crash. I don't remember.
It was like,
what
yeah, it would have been when we were like 10.
Mm. Gee.
You can check. You can always check what it is.
What
I'm pretty sure it
happened
was just
to
a big
people?
economic crash, but I'm not 100% sure.
Didn't they get invaded or something to invade them?
Maybe.
Possibly.
I wouldn't be surprised. Greece is a pretty key spot to invade. I'd say it was probably Turkey or something. Turkey or Hungary.
I forgot about Hungary.
What, as a country? Or you spell Greece like fucking bacon grease?
I know.
That's still wrong. You just
Ah.
auto-corrected to fucking
Why does Greece have no money? How do you spell Greece again? I'm done.
Greece.
Alright, see. Greece.
Goodbye.
Greece have no money. Explaining Greece's debt crisis.
New York
they're in debt.
Times.
Okay.
Yeah, I know they're in debt. Who doesn't at this point?
Yeah, fair enough. They may as well fucking be in super debt. What's the latest? European authorities have authorised handing 7.5 billion euros in bailout aid to Greece, which will allow the country to keep paying its bills in the coming months. In months? Wait!
When was this
Influx of
proposed?
immigrants and a continuing terrorist debt relief has been a issue for creditors. IMF has insisted Greece cannot meet its budget goals without easing its debts, while Germany remains skeptical of cutting Athens more so. I would cut Athens fucking nothing if I was Germany, taking all my money.
I know they.
I know
owe
they
shit tons of money to Germany.
significantly fucked the economy of all of European nations when Greece rejoined.
Mm.
Yep, and here's the list. Fucking Greece is like straight up into the sky the
almost
second they join the
200%.
EU. Then it drops and it goes back up. And the European Union were like slowly teetering down now because of it. What if Greece left the EU? Oh, it'd be fucking dead. Its economy would be so dead.
75.6.
How did Greece get to this? The center of Europe's debt crisis after Wall Street imploded in 2008. With global financial markets still reeling, Greece announced in October 2009 that it had been understanding its deficit figures for years, raising alarms about the soundness of Greek finances. Suddenly, Greece was shut out from borrowing the financial market. By the spring of 2010, it was veering toward bankruptcy, which threatened to set off a new financial crisis. Wait, Google how much debt Greece has, real quick. I'm interested in something. Greece debt. This is gonna be funny as fuck. Let's see what it says.
Whoa.
It's 356 billion. That's fucking nothing compared to America. Google America. 17 trillion, I'm pretty sure. So they're poor and hated for being poor
Yeah,
because they're
America's just
350 in debt.
15.
15.3 trillion is America's debt. They're in debt more money than there is on Earth. Holy shit. And Greece are poor. Yeah, sure.
In Greece, of course.
How is the US dollar even strong anymore? It should be dead. It shouldn't exist.
I don't know at this point.
That must be artificial. It must be fake. There's no way the American dollar can actually be that strong.
1, 2, 3. Billion, so 1, 2, 3. Oh god, that's a lot of numbers.
Yeah, it's a lot of zeros. 356 billion is 9 zeros at the end. It's a lot.
It's only 416 billion US dollars.
Yeah, so it's not even half of fucking
Right.
1/15 of the American
5
debt.
trillion.
15.3 trillion. And intergovernmental holdings were 5.7 trillion. The national debt of 21 million trillion dollars. 21 trillion in debt. How? How do you even do that? I mean, I know how you do that. You spend 700 billion a year on fucking army. And then you ramp up. I'm pretty sure they're increasing it, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
They're increasing their budget because they want to do shit like that.
Well, that's a piercing noise.
That was. I'm
That was
going to
a-
have to edit that out.
That was an oof of a sound.
That was.
Oofed.
Dad texted me, and it comes through on my Mac.
Ding!
Um,
Right, fuck
That's-
Greece.
that's
Fuck
a
Greece.
lot of
Fuck
money.
monarchy.
I want to see what the peak was
oh
for that.
shit.
Oh, that's a gnarly peak. That's a gnarly peak.
Oh no. We may as well just leave it in. Anyway. Fuck Greece, fuck monarchy. Fuck America, I guess, because they're poor.
What's with the
Well,
America?
They
I've already,
seem so
I've already found
rich.
2 more points if we want to move on.
Yeah,
Flu
yeah.
vaccine.
Oh, the
let's-
flu
let's
vaccine.
move
What do you think about flu vaccines?
Didn't someone
Flu
get sick from a
vaccines.
flu vaccine?
My girlfriend got sick from her flu vaccine.
Yeah, you can get sick. That's how a vaccine works. It
No, I
puts a
know.
dead virus
It
in.
was a dead
Yeah.
virus. But, geez. I've never had a flu vaccine that I know of.
I had one when I was a baby just because that's what you should do.
Yeah,
I
But
think,
I
now,
think it's
yeah.
Mum
fucking-
thinks they're dumb, yeah.
I think anyone that doesn't vaccinate their child is retarded.
Yeah.
And
Oh, yeah, Mum doesn't believe in vaccines. She's like, nah, people would last better.
Why?
She's like, I do it because otherwise, like, because I was vaccinated.
Yeah.
But she doesn't believe in it. I'm like, I love my mum, but like,
Come on, man.
Like, come on, Ma.
there's no way that anyone could describe to me why not to use
Have you seen that video with the bowling ball and the people?
No.
And it's
No.
like, he's like, okay, so he's like, okay, so this is the flu.
Yeah.
No. What was it? Oh no, this is something like this is a disease that all kids get vaccinated for. And here's these kids who don't get vaccinated. He rolls this thing through and it bowls them all over. He's like, and then this is what a vaccine does. It's just a massive glass pane. He rolls it and just stops it. It's like, oh, that's amazing.
That's exactly what happened. Though.
Mm.
Like, if you had like a group of fucking 20 kids who all got vaccinated for polio,
Yeah.
and then you added one kid who had who isn't vaccinated, he probably is going to end up having polio.
Yeah.
Bye.
We've
Enjoy never walking again.
given
Sorry.
birth to diseases again. Like, diseases died out. Well, you can't kill a disease
No.
indefinitely, but they were essentially
They're
dead,
fucking
and then
better
they came back.
They're even better than they were before.
Yeah.
Like, before you could probably help yourself with antibiotics or something, but now, no way. Not for some of them, at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. And that leads into for the antibiotics thing, that leads into the overprescription
Oh,
shit where
yeah.
people are like, we're overprescribed these days. I just say, like, if your doctor feels it's necessary,
Yeah.
they have worked harder being a doctor than you have your whole fucking life.
Right.
They know what you need. Shut the fuck up.
Over prescribing people with stuff, that's obviously a terrible idea.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But it's a doctor. Most of them know what they're doing. Pretty much they all studied to be a doctor.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, they all studied to be
Yeah,
doctors.
it's
so
like 10 years to become a doctor. There's no way, at least 10 years to be to be a regular doctor.
Mm.
There's no way that they don't understand that, like, when you use antibiotics a lot, you get
Sure.
used to them and they don't work
Yeah.
as well.
Well,
They
yeah,
know.
no, they get
They know.
no, they get overprescribed for everything. That's why, like, Mum, I've been prescribed for antibiotics 3 things in the past 5 years.
Mm.
When I ripped my nutsack open, got in a bike
Oh,
accident.
shit.
Yeah, when I got impaled by a tree,
Mhm.
and when I had the flu.
When you had the flu.
No, was it antibiotics? No, yeah, I think it was antibiotics when I had the flu, which is dumb.
Mm.
But those are the only 3 things in the past 5 years. And then there's kids out here who are getting prescribed. They have a tiny cold. It's like, no, get over it. Like, yes, your kid will be sick, but like, that's good for them.
When people take their kids in to do like tests when they've just coughed or something, that's such an over precaution. Like it's a cough.
Yeah,
People
like
get over things.
the common cold is like, it's stuffy nose, you coughing, maybe your eyes red up a little bit, but other than that, there's nothing. You need to get over it. But if it's like if you know that there's probably something bad, you should go to the doctor.
Yeah. Like, when it's not
Like, if
normal,
it's been 2 days and you still feel sick, go to the doctor. That's not the common
I
cold.
like how you say that, but I've been sick for like 7 days before.
Oh yeah,
and
no.
just
I've
didn't
been
touch a
sick for like
doctor.
2 weeks before and never gone to
Yeah.
the doctor, and it went away. But that's not a good thing to do.
Mm.
I'm saying if you have like a small
Yeah,
child and
but
he's sick
if-
for 2 days, take
If
him
you
to
have
the
someone
fucking doctor.
under 5, take them to the doctor if you're worried about their health, take them to the doctor. Even if you feel like you're like doing it and like overthinking it, take them to the doctor.
Yeah. If you're
It's
17 or 18 or something, it
Yeah.
fucking doesn't matter.
Yeah, just don't worry about it.
Just get over it. Or like go to the doctor if you really are
Yeah, like
100% sick.
if you're having problems doing your like work or schooling, like go to the doctor.
Yeah,
That's
if
probably
you're
the
having
best idea.
issues with shit that you need to get done, go to the doctor.
Yeah.
Otherwise, shut the fuck up, get over it.
Yeah.
I've got a sniffle. Go fucking I don't know, snort coke or something. Lock
Snort
up your nose so it
coke.
doesn't sniff anymore.
Why?
Get over it.
Wow, snort coke. Good advice.
Yeah, I mean, so you gotta get through the school days somehow. How else are you gonna do it? What, you gotta do work? Fuck off, idiot. What do you think we're doing right now? Not work?
No, hell no. What's the last time we
have
did
our
work?
here.
I mean,
Oh,
just
we
because we have our
brought our
books
work,
here
yeah.
doesn't mean we're doing anything. We're
True.
talking to a microphone and a laptop.
Hey, look, I wrote 5 words.
I've read the whole page of this book, and that's it.
Yo, nice wiener. Kind of small.
Yeah, he's got fucking... He's got micro penis.
He's got fucking
Alright.
foreskin. God Christ.
I was gonna say, wait. So, what do you guys think of the new law of if anyone who injures the emergency workers gets instant jail time?
I think it's fair.
Yeah,
so
hell yeah.
you shouldn't be attacking fucking anyone, regardless. You shouldn't be attacking...
regardless, yeah. But
yeah.
if it's an emergency
But
worker,
if it's an emergency
Yeah.
worker, you definitely should never touch them.
well, yeah, like they're out there helping people.
Yeah.
Like,
It's
come on,
like-
dog. Like,
You can think about it
Come
as
on,
like
dog.
battlefield etiquette.
oh yeah,
World War
Yeah.
1 and 2, you don't shoot the medic as he
Mm.
runs out. You don't even look at him. He
Mm.
goes and picks up the soldiers and he fucks up.
Yeah.
If you shoot the medic, you probably got either charged with war crimes.
it's chivalry, isn't it?
War
Yeah.
crimes,
Yeah.
or you got
Laws of-
penalized, or it's chivalry.
I was gonna say it's the laws of chivalry that still apply
Yeah,
from what 800s.
Yeah.
You don't just stab a guy who's trying to help someone unless they're like,
I read that report as well. It was so dumb. They beat up the old man, and then the paramedics
Mm.
came and they beat up the paramedics.
That's so dark. Yeah,
Why
yeah,
would
that
you
was in
do
the
that?
news.
Yeah, that's why. Well, that's why the law's there.
That's
because
why the
they
laws there.
crack
No,
down.
but there's
Yeah.
been so many incidents leading up to that brings it out. Like, because there's been so many incidents you hear about, like riots, and then paramedics coming in, and people like attacking the
paramedics. You don't
paramedics, or
attack someone who literally comes to help you.
yeah, exactly. You don't like.
That's the point where, like, if it was like a fascist government or something, I would just put you on a blacklist where they don't come.
Yeah.
You call the ambulance and you give us your name and we don't show up.
Exactly.
Because you beat us up.
I don't know,
Fuck yourself.
jail sentence. I feel like I understand why.
I think jail sentence
Oh,
is
yeah,
fair, but
fair.
how many years is it?
It might be a little harsh if it's like
If it's like
2
10
years or-
I won't type it in on
that's
the
way too
laptop
two
much.
years
because
is
it'll-
okay.
I think a year, 18 months, 2
Yeah.
years, somewhere near there is pretty.
Yeah, I think
pretty
a year'd
decent.
be
I mean,
decent.
It's literally assault.
Yeah, it is assault, but I don't know. I guess
It's
if
assault and battery.
It's battery.
I feel like it's a good law. It's a good law, and I want to keep it. But if the punishment is too harsh, I feel like it should be let down a little bit. But
Here we go. So, laws to be fixed. So jail means jail for. Okay. So, I don't think they've gotten that far through the law. I think they just want to make it jail time for sure. So I think it might be depend, kind of like everything else, but we'll do everything we can do to protect those who protect us. This sends strongest possibility, stuff like that. Daniel Andrews.
so they released have they made a bill yet to go through? Or
Yeah, has it gone through Parliament yet? Or is it just being
No
suggested?
clue.
If it's being suggested, I would suggest the jail time be 18 months to 2.5 years.
I'd probably say a year to do.
New Victoria.
Year to 2 or something.
A year.
Well, the problem is, it would depend on if you set it at 1 year exactly, and it would depend on how bad is the battery? Did he hit him once and then run away, or did he beat him until?
If you beat the guy up and then he's unconscious, that's physical assault. You should get
I mean, it's physical assault
actual
regardless.
penalties for assault with that
Yeah.
one.
Okay, so I think it might be more, just a bit more
What
I
is
think
it?
it's
than.
probably-
Let me
Yeah.
listen to me for a second. So this is what they're categorizing it as:
Mhm.
assaulting an emergency worker will be allied with a rape and murder
Oh,
under the worst category of offending in Victoria. After the state's police, paramedics, and emergency services union demand urgent
I
changes to
know.
mandatory
Yeah.
sentencing laws at protecting rescue workers from violence on the job.
I understand. No. What they're doing is they're making it so a paramedic is the same as an assaulting a police officer.
Yeah.
You get it
Oh, that makes
additional on
100%
top
sense.
of an assault. So
That
it would be
makes
an additional
100%
2
sense,
years
yeah.
on top of the 5 for an
Hmm.
assault or something. So that makes way
So
more
under the
sense.
3, yeah. So
Oh,
which
yeah.
means instead
So
of
it'd
the
be
2.
like 7 in total. But you are assaulting basically a
Yeah.
police
Oh, yeah,
officer
it
makes
and
100%
it's assault.
sense to me.
Oh yeah, 100%.
well, yeah, with that thought of that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because obviously, you shouldn't just get off for like a regular assault charge if you.
You shouldn't get off a
Punch
regular assault
someone.
charge, and you definitely shouldn't get off fucking hitting the dude who comes to help you.
Oh, of course.
Like that'd be the absolute idiotic idea. So yeah, that's a I like that law actually. Wish that came. Yeah, I hope that comes into.
I hope it comes through because I mean, you shouldn't be doing it anyway. No one should fucking attack a paramedic. Whoever attacks a paramedic's a dumb cunt.
Yeah.
But still,
Also, I just realised I could have done higher recording levels for this, but that's
it's
alright.
alright.
I can always increase the sound when I edit it.
Yeah.
Like when I edit out that massive screech from my dad's
Nah,
text.
just leave it. Just leave it.
Just leave it.
Because we've
Yeah.
talked about it.
Yeah, rape some guy.
Okay, there's some kindling near the fire. Can you light it if you feel up to it? Might be lighter.
I keep
On the back
forgetting that
porch.
there's so many
Cool.
dicks in this.
And they don't even have that good abs.
Oh god,
My abs.
that's soulless.
They're really thick abs. This big. Alright, so I can cross that off my list. So I'm just using a free journal that I got from Future Leaders of Industry Warning Program. Using that to write this in.
Yeah, they don't even have good abs. Like, I got that. Because that's not super defined. Fucking, it's not like Adam's where it's like that.
Oh, Adam is perfect.
Adam's is cake tin though.
Yeah.
Again, what's with them and having soulless eyes? Oh god.
Because man of soulless pigs.
No, it's because they probably had gems or something in the eyes.
Oh,
they
yeah,
got
makes
cut out. Or they
sense.
had or stone that would degrade.
But the thing is, something good, apparently, the minimalism trend is ending, apparently.
Really?
Is that not just good news?
Yeah.
Minimalist tattoos are cool, though.
Minimalist tattoos are cool, but it's like
But I think this is in, like, the housing trend.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Yeah,
Stuff like that.
minimalism, housing trends.
minimalist
Kinda,
housing.
Oh, they suck. But apparently it's on the way
just a
out.
couple chairs.
Yeah, well, I'm not surprised. Fucking minimalist restaurants are even worse.
I hate
You get like
minimalist restaurants.
a peanut with some sauce around it, and that's your food.
Oh, yeah.
It's like
And you're in a
$100.
plain room. You're just sitting there.
Yeah, it's
pretty
so
much.
boring.
Oh, it is. But that's the thing. Well, that trend's on the way out, which is probably a
I
good thing.
like modern design in houses, but I don't like sometimes the minimalist shit's so shit. It's just bad. Like you just have a concrete room and that's it.
Yeah.
What a great house.
Concrete
Wow.
room.
I love to call
Maybe you have some paint.
I love to call that a home. May as well just go to solitary confinement.
Well, I don't know. What do you think about those? The cargo containers, the cargo crate houses. Have you seen it?
Those are great.
So cool.
I haven't
and
seen
it's
any of those
a
actually.
fucking amazing use of space.
Oh yeah, recycling as well, and like, it means you have to use your space wisely. And I think
and it helps people with organising shit.
oh yeah, that's great.
And they're so cheap. They cost like nothing.
They cost
Well,
like
obviously.
22.
Yeah.
22 furnished, I think.
Yeah, 22.
Like fully furnished. I think I saw one for 22.
Oh,
for-
these.
22 fully furnished.
That's such a
only if you
smart
don't do it yourself.
idea.
Is it?
They have hope.
Because they only cost like. Because if you order, let's say a container full of sheet metal.
Yeah.
It costs like 18.
Yeah.
So if you buy one like fully furnished, I think it's like 22. Apparently.
That
But yeah,
looks so nice.
You can stick. I think what was it, $3,000 per container. So you could stick like 12 of them together and get a bigger house than you could buy for like $200K.
That's a
Some
genius
people
idea.
build massive houses with them. They're like
yeah.
carved
I've
open.
seen one of these. That's right. Like they were in a thing. I went to like a park, I think, and they had some there, and there were also like toilet ones too.
Mm.
I was like, that's a really smart idea.
Isn't
I
it?
like that actually. That's quite cool.
And the also good part is having multiple floors in that is really easy because they're literally built to sit on top of each other
Yeah.
to be stacked.
Yeah.
So you just put a hole in one, then you've got a perfect staircase with stability.
Mm.
Oh yeah, they're definitely cool. I've seen I think there are hotels all over Japan that are just like that.
They would be. Japan's very
Japan's
forward thinking.
Japan's also got like fucking what's it called, bubble hotels or something, where it's like literally your space is like a perfect tube that you just crawl in and sleep and then you get out. It's like $1 a night or something.
Japan.
That's genius.
Yeah.
Japan
But you
needs
have
all
you
that
have no
stuff, so-
room. You just go sleep in there and then you get out.
Well,
Well, that's all you need.
Japan needs that stuff.
You don't
anyway.
need a
They have
fucking-
too much people in there.
You don't need a whole room.
They
and
have
mini
a higher
fridge and everything.
population than us, and we have what? How much times more space?
Oh,
We got so much
Japan
more.
is like nothing. You could probably put like 4 Japans in Queensland
Mm.
by itself.
I think it's like
Because
such
Australia
a
itself
small
is
amount.
almost the same size as North America.
Yeah.
Almost, yeah. I think we're a little bit smaller.
We're a little bit smaller, but if you like overlay them, they're almost the same size. Like
Yeah.
North America, and all of that's Most
pretty
of
much
that is
all of it
Northern.
except like the Nevada desert.
Yeah,
and
except
some
for
others.
Nevada and the
But
Mojave.
all of our middle,
Mojave
pretty
No,
much,
Mojave, yeah, the Mojave.
pretty much all of our middle is dead.
Oh yeah.
It's just desert. Simpson Desert's just fucking
And until
massive.
proper terraforming comes in, that's gonna be very difficult to live in.
Yeah. I feel like people don't understand truly how massive the Sahara is sometimes.
it's huge.
I don't
Like-
think anyone no one ever grasps how big Australia is.
Yeah, but like some people talk about like, oh, there's the Sahara Desert, and I was like, it's literally called the fucking sand ocean.
Mm.
It is bigger than It's like, I think if you overlay the Sahara over Europe, it takes up almost all of it.
Oh yeah, but Europe's got so many people in such
Like
small
main
space,
main Europe.
yeah,
Like,
main Europe, yeah.
from Germany to like Spain.
Let's just exclude Russia because it's ginormous.
Yeah, well, you can put
Mm.
Russia has the same surface area as the fucking moon.
Yeah. Wait, really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Jesus.
I think it's close. I don't know if it's the same, but I think it's close.
I'm
the
pretty
moon's
sure it's
pretty
either
small.
the moon or it's Pluto. It's one of those two.
Can we? I'm trying to get it.
Well, Pluto is the same size as the moon, isn't it? Or it's very, very similar.
I think Pluto's a bit
Maybe.
bigger
Possibly.
because
Mm.
otherwise the moon is very large. We have a
Oh,
very
yeah.
large moon.
I keep forgetting I need to lean in a little bit.
Right.
Just the mic picks me up.
So
But
Antarctica's also still fucking massive.
Oh, Antarctica's huge.
Yeah, but we can't touch it because it's ice. And it's
No.
also neutral.
So Australia's
No.
total size.
Wasn't
is-
that treaty over in 2015? I
No,
thought the
I'm
treaty
pretty
ended.
sure they re-signed it.
Yeah, possibly.
Wow.
So they couldn't oil mine. and
Because I
shit.
was going to say, because there's a lot of uranium underneath it.
and there's
Like
loads
a
of oil.
lot of uranium underneath it.
There is probably more oil in one corner of Antarctica than there is in all of the Middle East.
I was going to say, and there's more I think I'm pretty sure there's more uranium in
there's
Antarctica than there
the
is
only-
in
I'm pretty
Australia.
sure-
And Australia's got one of the largest uranium.
Yeah,
I'm pretty
too much
sure
uranium.
America, Korea, and like a couple of other countries were the only ones that didn't sign the cease of nuclear weapon building.
We don't build them, so we're good.
Well,
Yeah,
no,
we-
they're the
we
only
don't have
countries
any
to do.
nuclear
China,
things.
Russia, North Korea, and America. The only
America.
4 countries
I'm
in the
pretty sure,
world.
yeah, and the rest of them said they weren't going to make anymore.
Yeah, exactly. Well, they're the only ones that have the proper power. Like,
I mean, we could make them, and it would make us way more powerful, but it'd be fucking worthless.
yeah, well,
We
we're
have
part
all
of the
the stuff,
Commonwealth. We wouldn't be allowed to anyway.
Yeah. Like, why would we anyway? Half of our fucking allies already have them.
Hmm.
And why would we even want to use them? Just destroy the place instead of taking it over. Yeah, helpful.
No, but in case of nuclear war, like, we're pretty safe. Like,
Yeah. I mean, who would even want to bomb Australia? What are you going to hit the massive deserts in the middle? No. They would nuke around all the coast, and that'd be probably it.
Make it inhabitable.
You could probably irradiate if they. Yeah,
But why would you do it?
exactly?
What were we even going to do?
Well, worst comes to worst,
That's
we'll-
all America.
We'll
Yeah,
just say-
you did the entire continent. Plus,
It
Canada
looks like
plus
it's all of
plus
America.
Mexico.
Because I went, that's a lot of space. But it
Oh,
won't
that's-
tell me just the regular size of America.
Just do United States
Oh,
square
okay.
meters, square kilometers. Sorry.
No, that's all. Yeah, that's both north. That's north and
That's
south.
fucking Korea. Not Korea. Canada
North
and everything.
Korea.
It's North Korea,
It's
dude.
North Korea, dude.
That's why they're so afraid of Korea, because they're right above them, dude.
Yeah, they're right next to each other. Dude.
New York and North Korea, side by side.
So much.
Yeah, you are.
$12. Go to the border. Get some
3.8
Korean.
million square miles is
Where's
what
that?
it said above.
Alright, that's it. That includes Alaska and Hawaii.
Yeah.
You be concerned, Mr. King.
Alright. Gee, they have got no area.
You could always join in.
What is that? So they've got 3, 7, 9, 6, 7.
They've got a lot of fucking land. We'll just leave it at that, I think.
Alright, so
Just
they have
North, just
3
United
million.
States.
3,796,742 square kilometers.
Mm.
Or is that square miles? That's square miles. So it's
So just basically
9833 9,833,520 square kilometers. North America plus Alaska and Hawaii.
We can probably just say 9.8 million square kilometers and 3.8 million square miles.
So,
So we'll say 9.8 million square kilometers, and then how much is Australia?
Australia is 7,692,000.
So you got about 2 million more
2 million.
square.
That's including Alaska and Hawaii, though. So
Oh,
we're
Alaska's
talking-
huge, isn't it?
Yeah,
Alaska's
Alaska.
pretty big.
I wouldn't even count Alaska,
So well,
Is
I
there
can't
another
find
one?
one that isn't part of Alaska.
because if you realistically, Alaska shouldn't even be part of fucking America. It should be part of
Hmm.
Canada.
They,
Canada's huge though. Canada.
What was Alaska a part of? I don't remember because they stole it from someone else. Russia owned Alaska. That was right. And then
Really?
went-
Yeah,
I did
they
not know
sold
that.
it, and they sold it to America instead of Canada.
dirt cheap too.
It was like nothing.
Well, it's not worth much.
I would have kept it.
It's a beautiful place. So.
Hmm.
Canada is the second largest country in the world with 10 million square kilometers.
Behind Europe? Not Europe.
Behind
Russia.
Russia at 17 million.
Wait, it's bigger than China. God.
China's 9.6 million square kilometers. United States is 9.8 million square kilometers. Russia is literally almost double America.
Where's Russia?
And that's mostly
17.
inhabitable as well.
Russia is massive.
17
Mostly
million.
inhabitable as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, as long as you're
Oh, most
cool
of
with the
Siberia
cold.
is inhabitable, but not like completely. It's better than a desert, actually. I think snow is more habitable than a desert. Like a snow
Well, technically it is a desert.
desert. I mean,
isn't
yeah,
it?
but it's not.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure cold deserts are more
Yeah.
habitable than hot ones, because water can still exist. It's just
Yeah.
frozen. Russia. Surface
I'm trying to make a logo for us while we
area.
talk about this.
same as. I'm pretty sure
We're
Russia.
very hip to it, aren't we?
Yeah, I guess.
Hip to it.
Yeah. So Pluto has almost the same surface area as Russia.
And Pluto is bigger than the moon.
Pluto is significantly bigger than it.
Russia is huge. I'm actually kind of scared. I like how you just searched up public use cool
So
background.
Pluto
Hell yeah, dude.
was estimated to be 16 million square kilometers,
So less than Russia.
but it was found to be slightly larger,
Alright.
17.6 million. So it's almost
That's
the
only
same.
600 million.
Russia almost has the fucking same as a planet, a
Well,
dwarf planet.
dwarf planet.
It's still a fucking planet.
600 million.
And I think the moon is like half the size of Pluto, so it could easily
Oh
fit.
no, this is gonna be loud.
Rippeth?
Right? Should we ask if we're allowed to move back? Yeah,
Actually,
move
no, I
into
think
the.
they're moving.
Oh,
now.
they're going in the.
Wait, you guys going into the fiction room?
Sweet.
I'll take that as a yes.
Yes.
Good.
Good answer.
Does anyone watch
PNG.
Mafia?
Let's go.
Egg PNG?
What's our next topic? So we've gone through.
Our next topic.
What was that one?
US North Korea nuclear threats.
Oh, North Korea's not going to do shit.
I think North Korea could do something.
They could, but they're not
And-
going to do it. Why would they?
I wouldn't be surprised if I've heard many things about a lot of Americans being afraid of when a plane flies over. They think maybe they'll go.
Well, I am, but that's just my anxiety.
Yeah, well, I'm not really afraid. I don't think North Korea would fucking nuke us. What are they going to do? Oh,
Yeah.
we nuked you in the desert because we don't know how to aim.
We nuked Australia. So?
We nuked the Northern Territory. Where?
What? What? Who?
See what you nuked like?
What'd you call me?
What'd you call me?
What you fucking say, man?
Uh,
No, but
Oh yeah, I swear to God, if I said and you over here, I'm gonna fucking punch that sky. I swear to God.
you want some? I give it.
Oh God, straight up.
Yeah, but I think that if they launched any nuclear weapons, they would turn from North Korea to Liberty Crater.
Yeah, Liberty Crater.
They would be the new Lake Liberty. It'd be the biggest lake in the world and be the size of North Korea.
Yeah.
And a little bit of South Korea.
Weird. Whoops.
Yeah.
Oopsie.
Yeah. Well, that's the only problem is if they nuke North Korea, they might actually hit South Korea.
America's part of NATO. What's NATO's rules again? I don't remember.
I don't think it,
Is it just not declare war on anyone unless they declare war on you?
I think
Or
so.
if they attack a nation? Jeez. Christ. Yeah, there's an overlay of us. What is this?
This is dope, dude.
It's hanging off the edge.
Pluto actually has a bigger atmosphere than us,
It does?
but its atmosphere is thinner.
Oh, right.
But it's got a wider area.
Mm.
Pluto.
Alright.
Hey,
It takes 248 years for Pluto to do one round.
Yeah.
Well, we take 1 year to do it.
Jesus.
Holy
Wait, can I have a look at this?
Yeah.
I'm not going to move it because of the microphone.
OoftCast. Oh
It's an egg as well.
That is
Oof.
amazing.
That's basic. Do you reckon that's all it should be?
Yeah.
Cool.
We're not very
Save as JPEG.
save as JPEG. Just save that shit as a JPEG.
Oof,
Yeah, I
there's only one
don't
arrow.
think North Korea or America are ever gonna do fucking shit. I think the only thing that's gonna happen. Oh wait, there was this post about World War.
Ooh, that's gonna.
III
What was that?
Ready?
sides.
Wait, no. Before I do this, let's get up this and look at the peak. Okay.
So I remember they putting out like a leaderboard of like who would be where in if it was an Axis and ally in a grey area
Oh, yeah.
for all for World War III. I'm pretty sure it would be for. Here's the list, or this is at least one. The allies are US, Canada, UK, France, Italy, Denmark, Greece,
Ooh, that was a good
Bulgaria,
peak.
Norway, Australia, Germany. Germany's actually on our side this
Yeah.
time, so we're definitely winning because they almost beat us by ourselves.
I was gonna say, but yeah,
Spain.
the last time,
Portugal,
but they're very good at losing wars.
Hungary, Romania. They're also really good at being 1v100 and almost
They're
winning.
good at doing what they do.
Lithuania, Poland, the
Oh,
Czech
look at that
Republic,
peak from me moving the item.
Ooh.
Slovakia,
Ugh.
South
Continue.
South Korea, Japan, New Zealand, Brazil, Ukraine with a question mark if it exists anymore. Iraq, Afghanistan. Afghanistan and Iraq are going to be on the outside?
Yeah.
What the fuck? Croatia and Bosnia. Those two are worthless.
My God, you're
Axis-
still going.
Axis powers. Like 100% going to be bad, apparently. Or Comintern. China, Iran, North Korea. Because
Wait, do we have
Not-
Turkey?
not in the Axis. No, Turkey's
Allies.
Turkey's going to be in the grey area.
Oh,
Turkey-
okay.
Like, has to pick
Turkey's-
a side later. And in the grey area,
Wild.
the Philippines, India, Russia.
Mm.
Russia's in the grey area because they could
They
not
do whatever the hell they
they
want.
do the war or join China and smash everybody. Turkey, Brazil, Finland, Sweden, Austria, Switzerland with a question mark. Obviously, Switzerland's going to be grey area. Pakistan, Venezuela, Belarus, and Serbia.
Mm.
Serbia, really?
Yeah.
Oh
I
no,
have a
Serbia would
ton.
fight with whoever Russia fights with.
Mm. We have a
Those goddamn
ton of
Serbs.
countries.
Well, we
Oh,
always
sorry.
do.
And
Well,
so this is what it says for Ukraine. It says Ukraine would side against the Russians in a heartbeat. However, Russian cooperation with NATO may complicate things for them. Serbia finds itself in a difficult situation. While it would side against NATO if Russia, her closest ally, chooses to simply do not do anything, it may get rough for Serbia as she is alone in a field of enemies. Russia and India have both been shifting constantly lately. One day we hear that Russia and the US relations are warming, then we hear that they are soaring. Russia would find it to be extremely profitable to sit on the sidelines if they are immediately threatened, or they may find the US and her allies to be better bedfellows than China. Doubtful. China is easily the biggest superpower at the moment.
Yeah.
China's the
Who is
biggest.
currently
superpower.
ripping the Russians off and purchasing their oil at a cheaper rate. Yep. India has no love for China. The two have been arguing over a stretch of land on the border since the Raj. Yeah, that is true. It's been a fucking long time.
Yeah.
It's likely that if Russia were to side with China, India would follow. Yeah. So you'd have India, China, and Russia all together. The
Mm.
three biggest populations in the world, I'm pretty
That's
sure.
not fun.
Brazil and Venezuela have similar relations to Russia, though they might find it better to remain neutral, being in such close proximity to America. Yeah, so Brazil and Venezuela
would probably change to Axis if Russia changed, and if Russia changed, India would change. So you'd have the three biggest populations in the world all on the same side. So what, 4 billion people, literally more than half, maybe even 5 billion, all on the same side.
Well, what, China itself has 3 billion, doesn't it?
I don't know.
Russia, I believe, has 2.
I don't know. Russia had 2.
I
That's
think
why
Russia
in
has 1.
Plaguing I always choose
I think
China.
Russia has less population than America.
Does
Actually, never mind.
No, it's got like
Russia.
3 billion.
I don't think so. Population. I think it's 280 million. 144 million
Who's this?
in 2016. Russia.
Oh, no, I meant China.
Oh yeah, China's massive.
China's got like 2 billion, I think,
China
population.
Russia would have the most if. Actually, they've even got like massive amounts of arable land. They would have the most of it, which is nice people. 1.379 billion as of 2016. Wait, so let's look at the highest populations.
I believe India has the highest.
No, I think China overtook India.
I don't know. I don't know.
Highest populations: China, 3.84 billion as of this year.
So far off.
India, 1.3 billion. United States, 300 million. So behind India and China is a whole billion people. So yeah,
That's
you'd
a
have the
lot.
2 biggest populations in the world on the same side. You'd have 2 and a bit billion.
Yeah,
2.5
2.5
billion
approximately.
plus 144 million, so you'd have almost 3 billion of the population of one team. Plus, if you think about it, China has the largest standing army in the world. Plus, if they had Russia, they would have definitely the biggest army in the world, uncomparable.
Mm.
Yeah,
then
but
they've
Australia's also got the most
India
well
with
trained.
even more population.
True. But don't forget, Australia's got the most well trained army in the world.
Yeah, and I think
You can use this for notes if you want.
No, I'm just using these as calculations.
I don't remember who it
Yeah,
is.
you can use that for notes if you want.
2.6.
You know, Switzerland has one of the biggest armies, technically,
Even though they're...
because they
Yeah.
have a mandatory conscription for all male members. Female is optional. And I think at one point, their entire population, pretty much, exception for like maybe 50,000 or so, is ready to fight. So you can always just go Switzerland population and then calculate what their army would be if they needed every single man to fight, man and woman.
Yeah, if we just count Russia, China, and India, they have 2.8 billion
8.3
people.
million was Switzerland's population in 2016. So if you take the 3.72 million, 372,000 out as adolescent, like below the age of 18 and children, you have 8 million standing soldiers
That's a big.
that they can arm because they're ready for it, and they have the most defensible positions in the world because they have surrounded by the Alps. They've got extra mountains. They've
Collapsible
got hidden
cages.
bunkers all over those mountains, which have already been talked about. Some of them were. Most of them are still classified. They've got loads of fucking bombs, apparently, that are hidden all the way around.
Nope.
They've got underground cities that could withstand nuclear blasts that they could just go and retreat into. Underground bunkers, but basically the size of a city. I think it's enough where the whole population of Switzerland could go under there, plus if they had one guy extra with them. So you could fit almost
Double.
Or, yeah, you could fit double, but I think you could fit almost half of Australia's population there. Plus, like, extra.
How much people do we even have? I don't remember.
Australia, I'm pretty sure we're talking
7 million.
We've got a tiny population, actually.
We do. Population per square
20
kilometre
3 million.
It's
I
like
believe.
capita is tiny.
I think we have 23 million.
Pretty sure. We have 24. No, that's in 2016. Let's go to 2018. 2018.
So we've currently just hit about
Live
1,300
population
frames.
right now. 24.738 million in Australia.
Yeah, we just hit 1,300 frames.
Well, Jesus.
So if you think, one sec. So Germany.
Well, this has been on for... What's the time now? It's almost
Oh,
2:50.
I think Germany has what, 80 million? 82 million as of 2016. So we'll leave it at 82. So write down 82 million and 25
Do
million.
anything.
So 25 million for Oz, 82 million for Germany, and then
Wait, 82 million?
Square kilometers, and then yeah, cool. You're cool.
It's just a really good notebook.
Yeah, right. I got it for free.
Germany. So
That doesn't mean I stole it.
I'm pretty sure that you can fit multiple Germanys just into the livable part of Queensland, and they've got almost 4 times our population.
What was our square thing?
So we can find it out. So Germany, Wikipedia, not the strongest source of information, but you know.
Better than
No.
none.
Yeah, true.
Let's scroll down. So Germany is, it's got a capital. Yeah. Official language is German, obviously.
You're a harsh, right?
Its
No,
total area is 357,000 kilometers squared.
357,000.
Square kilometers.
Wait.
That's its area.
That's
357,000 square kilometers. That's its area. Our area is
7 million.
8
million almost.
9.8, isn't it?
No, that's America's.
Oh, that's we're 7
769.
7 million. So we are literally, I think, 70 times this.
That's a lot.
Was it 137
Got a calculator here.
million? No, 137,000. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're like 7 times. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it there. But I'm pretty sure we're like
A lot.
a lot more. What is it?
I was gonna say, I bet this is
And
a
they
really
have like
interesting
4
topic.
times our fucking population.
I don't even know where we start.
So
we
we're
started
at
on
7?
nuclear
No,
threat.
yeah, I know,
We've gone
right?
to World War III.
Alright, I know, right? But the thing is, yeah. Well, I think our biggest topic for the day will be the idea of being immortal, because we all had so much idea about this.
024.
They're we are 51 times bigger than Germany.
And our population
Is a quarter of theirs.
Oh, third, I think it is.
We are 51 times bigger than Germany, and we fucking minus 70%. Okay, so 70%.
So about
divide us by 0.07, and then that'll get it, wouldn't it?
70% of 51 is 35.7. So we are
Still a lot more.
So 51 minus 35.7 minus 35. We are still at least 16 times bigger than Germany, and they're almost 4 times our pop.
You know, even if I divide, we get rid of like 70% of our land.
Just for land people can live in, we've got 16 times theirs,
Yep.
at least.
We've still got 2 million.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell?
Yeah, we've got loads, and they've got way more population than us.
Jeez, I forgot how small of a country we are.
We're a massive country, we've just got no fucking people. Did you crack your phone?
No, mine. I don't know.
Or was it
I'm
cracked on?
Yeah,
really worried about
It's
these
in my screen
peaks.
protector on my phone.
Listening back, these peaks are worrying me.
Don't worry, you should be fine.
Yeah. Alright, so we should do our final topic because it's 3 o'clock.
Alright, 3 o'clock. Final topic, the idea of being immortal.
Idea of being immortal. What are what version of immortality? So we're talking about like
Well, we've
Superman
got a couple different ones.
immortality? Like
Well,
I
no,
can't die
just living.
ever?
Just living forever. So we've
Okay.
got...
So I can die by normal means, but not by nature.
Like, if some dude shot me in the head,
True.
would I die?
Ooh, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Oh, no, we'll speak about both.
Unageable?
How about we start with undying like completely, 100%. You can't die.
Yeah.
You that's it. Like you get hit by a nuke, you're fine.
Jesus.
We'll start with that, and then we'll work
the idea
backwards.
of not
Not
ever dying.
Yeah.
physically
not being able
unable
to.
to die.
Okay.
I think
Well, is there any perspective of that through religion at all? Because I know there's the idea of living forever past the current time. No, the current being.
Mm.
Whereas we can die, but you can live on forever through a different type of
Yeah, I
being.
think
So, no,
that's
that's
like
what
majority
most of
religions,
cults.
yeah.
Yeah.
Religion has never actually had a person that I remember who's able to live forever. Like, even
Baldur in Norse religion.
no, he could
Myth-
die.
mythology couldn't die unless it's
Oh,
Ragnarok,
yeah, that's
which is
right.
the end of the world.
Or mistletoe.
Or but that would
Yeah.
be the end of the world.
So-
when he dies, it's the end of the world.
Yeah, like, even the Greek gods, not Greek, Norse gods aged.
Yeah,
Like, they're
even the-
aged.
But they did it so slowly.
Mm.
But they did it.
Mm.
I think the only one that didn't because Odin was younger and then he got fucking old.
Yeah.
That's why he was called the Allfather. Allfather.
Mm.
She probably has received my letter tomorrow and will be fucking mad.
How's the letter about?
The jackets.
Oh, okay.
It's not a nice letter.
I don't think I could deal with being
Yeah,
immortal.
like
Me either.
I think I could probably do it. I mean, it depend on. So it's literally forever. You cannot die.
You said the
Do you
beginning and the end of the
age?
world.
Do you age? Or do you like be
Do you-
an old man, but you
Or is it
still
age
live?
within limits? So you like,
Do I age till like I'm 25 and then I stop,
or is it like you,
or is it right now?
or is it like millions of years? So each
I-
1 million years to you is kind of like a 1 year. So like after 17 million years, you look like you would now, because you're 17. Or like because it
That'd be
could
the
be like
worst
that.
part.
That'd be the worst. Yeah, a million years to age. But the thing is,
I don't think I'd take. I think I could. I think I would take, honestly, even thinking about everyone like passing away and like having. I think I would still take being immortal forever.
I don't think I.
I want to see the galaxies.
Yeah, so
come
do
up.
I. But
I want to see our sun grow and eat the earth. I can't die, so it wouldn't matter.
what are you gonna do after that? You just stand.
It dies. I just float around until I hit a planet.
okay, ego. But like,
But like, I could watch people get on the first airship
Flight to
and
Mars and stuff
fly
like that.
to a different star. Fuck Mars. I could see Mars in actual real life reality. It's 2035. But I can see people go to Proxima Centauri. I could see, people invent things that you wouldn't even be able to think about.
because of our knowledge of physics, yeah. You could be the first. You could witness.
I could literally be the
You could
smartest
witness the
person ever.
first non-carbon based life form known to exist.
I could see the first silicon-based life form.
This, as much as I'd love all of this to happen to me, I just don't think I could go that long.
I think I could do it.
Without being.
I don't think I would care enough to not do it.
But the thing is, no matter how many connections you have now or you make, you will lose those connections and you will lose them.
That's fine.
And then by the time you've recovered, you
you.
will remake them, and then you will lose them again.
Yeah.
And that's
You'll get used to it. You'll have millions of years to
like
find
that's the idea. That's what the
people
whole
that you-
what is it? Is it the green mark? No.
And you if you think about it, atoms only have a certain amount of like structures they can
Yeah,
fit.
yeah.
There's a finite amount. It can't do it infinitely. There's different shit unless we figure out like some new elements or whatever. So you might actually run into a person exactly like you were when you started.
Ugh, that's creepy.
Like you might, let's say, in 100 years, or probably like in 20 years, Anjali dies. in a billion years, you'll see her again, probably.
Yeah.
Statistically, that would work. Or in a Google years, you would see her again. A long time, but you do it.
Ugh, that just seems really. It makes sense.
Because there's a finite possibility of
Yeah. You might even
combination
see
power.
yourself.
Oh, that'd be creepy.
So what if you saw the recreation of another immortal being?
Ugh.
Then you have a friend forever, literally ever.
Right? If there were two people immortal, I don't think I'd worry about it.
Yeah, that's a completely different story.
As-
But if you would have to wait
What
that
if you
billion
fucking hate
years
each
or that Google
Oh.
year,
You would literally, because you're immortal,
Well,
you're
skin-
invulnerable.
a human skin starts decomposing by itself whether you're alive or not at 125, or skin cells do.
If you sat there in a
Yeah,
room,
but if you're immortal and invulnerable, you wouldn't get the natural breakdown of cells from age.
So would that mean you'd stay roughly?
Let's say
what,
you'd hit
so
an
as a male,
age
you would
and
hit
you'd
about
be that.
27,
You'd hit
because that's
well,
the male peak.
Male peak is 25, I'm pretty sure, isn't it?
25. Then,
Yeah, so you'd hit 25 and that's it. You don't age.
So a female
you-
would hit about
so-
42 and stop.
what you do is you hit your peak.
No. You
No,
hit
no,
like
no.
your peak after.
Yeah, that's what I mean. 42 is female's peak. I'm pretty sure.
Is it really?
No, for brain development.
Oh, for brain development. I thought you meant like general peaks.
No.
Okay.
You fucking have menopause and then you stop. No, like brain development. So you'd hit 25 at all ages. I'm pretty sure 25 is brain
Okay,
development
25. Yeah.
peak. And all genders. There's two.
Let's not get there.
Anyway, we'll go to that next time. So you hit 25 and then it stops. No aging, nothing. So you're 25 forever. I mean, you're not old. You're literally invulnerable. You can't die.
But would you? So let's say there
You
is the
never
possibility
age.
of another immortal being coming along in that Google years.
Yeah.
That would be.
But then you would,
So as
you
it's-
would be looking
So
forward
is this
to
a
seeing
no? Is this
someone
a
else.
human form? Is this a human being?
Does it need to be?
That's my
really.
thing. That's what I'm asking, because is it a being, or is it a higher form of is it a higher form of being that can see time for truly what it is? Because as humans,
Oh,
we can't
God,
truly perceive
no.
time.
Yeah.
So is it perceiving time for what it really is, and does it kind of like going okay, and the Google years goes away like that because it can truly perceive time?
So it doesn't even think about it. And then it can probably show you how to do that.
human perception. Possible. Oh god, I hate this shit.
This is
Because
so.
if you think about it, because we've had the same thing before, me and Ricky, where it's like pick a superpower. Well, one superpower. I said you
Proper
can.
time perception.
I can said full control of time
So that would allow him to.
in all aspects of time. So I can stop time. I can reverse it. I could stop it from existing.
And he physically understands time to its the most
I
you
can stop
can
myself
ever.
aging because I control time.
So you can see time for what it is, which
Yeah.
is like Pringle.
Yeah.
Because if you see time,
Pringle?
no, have you seen the structure of space and time? It's literally a Pringle.
Yeah, it is.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not kidding.
Oh my god.
Fucking Illuminati.
Illuminati Pringle army.
Pringle Army. Pringle Illuminati. No, but
It's not structured completely
it would, that
wrong.
would, it doesn't sound that bad to me. I mean, yeah, you'd think about it now, but in 1,000 years, you might not even think about it.
Mm.
You could also know so much. You could learn every language,
You'd have enough time to.
and you'd
yeah.
never be old enough where it becomes useless. You could learn every career and still be 25.
Mm. Wait. So
You could be literally the best lawyer to ever exist, and be your own lawyer,
There it
and
is.
be 25.
you spoke of Korea.
So
You're living
hyperbolic,
forever.
hyperbolic
don't need a
paraboloid. Paraboloids.
Can't,
Okay, I figured it out.
you want to live in comfort? Or you just want to live on the street?
You're invulnerable and immortal.
Yeah, but why would you want
Does
to live
it
on the
matter?
street?
You're not going to live on the street. You're invulnerable and you're immortal. I could walk into a bank and take. your
Okay,
money
so
out.
it's not the structure of space and time. We had the wrong info. So the hyperbolic paraboloid for Pringles means a neat self-centering stack of saddle-shaped. Well, yeah.
Oh, I've seen that
Wait,
thing.
wait. Do you have any attributes besides immortal and invulnerable?
I guess not. Aside from
You
what
might
you have
have to
now.
be very careful then. Because imagine someone learns that you don't trust and will not die within 50 to 100 years. And you end up spending the rest of your life in a concrete box that you cannot
Oh
get out
yeah.
of because you're not super strong.
Well, what you could do is you could just punch through the wall. If you're not feeling anything,
Do you feel things?
if you're
But
invulnerable,
but
you
if you're
won't feel.
but if you're perceiving, well, you can perceive pain. It's just time you can perceive for what it truly is.
Oh,
So would you be
God.
able to see? No, because if you're perceiving time for what it truly is, does that mean you can see all instances like that? You can see all instances for what they are
Well, this
as
is like
they
a
are.
Google years later. I mean, like, let's say 40 years after you become immortal. So not a
Mhm.
Google. You haven't met the super being or whatever. You haven't had enough time to even go near there. And someone just encases you in concrete. You don't have super strength. You live forever. You're immortal.
So
You're
you're just stuck in
invulnerable.
the
You can't
concrete.
die, but you cannot move. You would have to stay there for billions of years for
Until
the
the
concrete
earth
to go,
collapses, yeah.
or something, until the concrete's gone.
But if you can, but if you can perceive time for what it truly is, does that mean you can feel the time going by like that? So all of a sudden you could come out of it because, like, that's the thing.
But what if you don't perceive time like that? What if you perceive time like you
Does it mean
normally
you're
do?
stuck in a box
Every
forever?
day, every minute,
No, okay, that's
every
rough.
year,
That's rough. But that's not the thing, because that's what we're
for
saying.
But could you get through
millions
that?
of years.
Because
You couldn't kill yourself.
other than
No,
being
you
immortal.
You
Punch
couldn't
it?
punch it. No,
Do
no,
we-
I mean
do we feel
encased.
pain?
I mean encased. You cannot
Encased.
move.
So you're just locked in the concrete.
Like if
of
you
the
were
earth.
the Iron Man suit, but frozen in concrete.
Mm.
What?
Couldn't move. Couldn't do anything.
So you're immortal. So,
Immortal?
so what kind of is it? Kind of like
Step by
Misfits, immortal, where every time you die you come back to life?
No,
Or
no,
is it-
you just can't be hurt.
You just can't be. Okay. Do you feel the pain?
To an extent, but it's like dull.
No.
Okay.
It's
Oh,
like getting shot would be like getting
Someone-
poked or something.
Yeah.
But you can feel like normal stuff. Like
Mm.
if you hold someone's hand, you can feel it. But
So
for-
pressure,
for-
but pain.
for
Okay,
pain,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay. So in this instance, you're perceiving time. You're perceiving time as a
As
a
a
human
regular
can.
person.
Yeah.
And you're trapped in concrete or metal,
Fuck
and
that.
you cannot move.
I
you
want to
can't,
die.
You can't do anything for at least, I'd say, probably a couple million years, or unless someone breaks you up beforehand, somehow. But if you just digs a hole in the ground,
I don't think you'd be
buries
living
you-
anymore. Not truly, because
No,
as
it's
a
not-
human, you can't perceive living that long, and it can't. Your brain cannot truly know the idea of how long it feels with. So unless you could perceive time for what it truly is, I don't think that's possible.
You'd be stuck in a
or
hole.
you'd be,
and
or your
just
brain
think,
would collapse, and you would kind of just be nothing.
Yeah, I don't know.
This week's work-related chat.
Sort of.
It's like psychology, basically. Yeah. It's like
It's
like
sounds like a
it's
lot
a
of chit chat.
it's a little bit, yeah.
Can I just give you a free piece of advice?
Mm-hmm.
The more work you get done during Privo, the less you have to do at home.
We've done our work.
I have no work to do. Besides this
You
is.
cannot tell me that in year 12 you have no work to do.
I do deacon and a correspondence, so I'm always a
What
week
about
ahead.
preparing cheat sheets for the upcoming exams?
We don't all know
already
our
done
exams.
Mine.
Sorry?
We don't all know our exams too.
Yeah.
No, but you can prepare your cheat sheets as you
Mm,
do a topic.
yeah, but that's what revision is, which is what I'm doing in class. So me writing my stuff down is me doing that
It's
stuff.
I think it's dependent on the person, but for me,
Okay. You're allocated advisor for a reason, guys.
Yeah.
Mm.
That is to study.
Mhm.
Okay? It's not a social time. You're meant to get as much done as you can, okay? Whether it's rereading your class novels, as I said, preparing your cheat sheets, revision, all that sort of stuff. Advisor's not just a free chat,
hmm
okay? So make the most of it.
Have some discussion there.
but still fair. Anyway, we've got like 10 minutes left, so we'll just get back to it. Anyway,
I'm gonna have to distort that.
we'll just cut it out.
I'll distort it instead.
We'll just say someone came up and was talking to us.
Mm.
Yeah.
Right now, someone came up and was talking to us. Done. All right. Next, back to what we were doing. Yeah. So you're immortal, so your brain can't collapse. Like, you're literally frozen in time in the moment of 25.
Do you feel it? No. Do you feel that being cat? Do you feel that time go past?
Like a regular human, yeah. Until you learn an ability or learn a discipline to ignore time.
Shit.
Oh, that's a big spike.
That's not about that. I don't think it'll be that low. But yeah. So
Well, what if that? So if you use that time to start feeling and being able to perceive time with that, would you then be able to?
You'd have to learn that time. You'd have to spend the years and years and years that you would spend trapped. You have to spend that time learning how to just not think of time, and then you can just go through it like it's nothing, like it's an instant. But you wouldn't know what day it is, what week it is, what month it is. You'd come out and not even know what year it is because you're underground trapped. You could come out and there is nobody, no humans because it's been a billion years, but you didn't know.
The end of all carbon-based life forms.
Would you become blind if you came out and there was a sun?
You're invulnerable.
Yeah, I guess.
Does that mean you're healing?
You don't get damaged. Under any circumstances, there is no damage taken. You could literally go into the sun and you wouldn't die. You'd be fine. I mean, it'd be really fucking hot. You'd be fine.
Just feel the sun. Christ. Mm,
No.
So I don't know. I think, yeah, I still think I would do it regardless of being fucking trapped in a metal container, but I would have to just be more careful.
Provided there's the idea of living, of
Because
being
you
able.
can never die or be hurt.
But if there's the idea of being able to not necessarily control time, but being able to perceive time for what it truly is, which isn't how we perceive it,
Yeah.
then I think you'd be able to get past it and be able to live until you discover that other life
Yeah.
form who's exactly like you. And then I think then I would take it because I know I wouldn't have to be alone. And the idea of losing person after person or not being able to make connection because of
Fair enough.
So, Aiden, you say you do deacon.
Mm.
Are you meant to be there this afternoon?
I can't go to the campus because the campus is in Melbourne. I do Cloud campus.
Ah, okay. Now, what's your name?
Ricky.
Sorry?
Ricky Atkinson.
Because your photo was not actually in this time slot of Privo.
He has private at the same time I have Deacon private.
Because I've just brought the list up.
It should be. Given I've had this private all year.
It's just your photo's not in the class list, that's all.
Why is the period right there?
Yeah, you just opened up the list. It's not your
There's
schedule.
nothing there.
You open your schedule.
That's
Just
not
open
advice
up the
period there.
timetable. Oh, so you're year 11.
I'm year 12.
No, it's year 12.
So why's it got 11 there?
No idea.
That's why you're not on the year 12 photo list.
Why do I have
Oh,
it?
he's still
It's-
listed as 11C on his schedule, I guess. I don't know.
I don't know. I should have it because I'm year 12.
Yeah, he does legal
Okay.
year 12 and everything.
I did my year 12 subjects and everything.
Yeah, no, it was Xavier's photos on it, but yours wasn't.
That's
That's really weird.
weird.
That might be something we have to take to the office.
Why aren't I on there?
I don't know. You should take that to the office.
I probably should.
Or the IT guys.
You were on Sharon's list.
Yeah.
Oh, but Sharon would have the overall list.
Yeah, Sharon would have the full list of advisors, not just 1 year. I don't know, but whatever. Anyway, I think I would go for it, but I'll just be like, you cannot get hurt, so you could go climb Mount Everest. No climbing gear.
Go up in thongs and
You
wife
could
beater.
literally go up in nothing.
But would you feel it? But you
As
said
a
pain said,
pain
yeah,
is
pain
dulled.
said.
Yeah, what the fuck?
So it'd kind of be like when we walk outside in the morning, like when you walk out, just trackies to feel how cold it is, so you know how many layers to put on.
Yeah.
So it feels like that. You're like, oh, that's a little bit hot.
Yeah.
Okay. Well. When does it start? Like, and let's say no one discovers you, and you don't have to get that kind of encased in concrete kind of thing.
Yeah.
When do you start being?
What do you mean?
When do you start like being or living? I guess I wouldn't call it living.
Just doing whatever you want. If you don't get discovered, straight away.
No, like when does it start? Does it start at the beginning of the universe, or does it start at the, or do you just come into creation?
Oh, you mean when do you become immortal?
Yeah, no, like when do you become? Like, is it you born that way, or is it wait were you?
Oh no, you're
were you-
born the same way. It's
so
exactly
you're
the same.
created that way. So is it born into the way the same way a human is, or are you born into the world during the creation
No,
of the
like
universe?
your life is exactly the same as it would be if you weren't immortal.
Mm-hmm.
But when you hit 25, you become immortal.
Wait, before? You're not immortal.
Before you're not immortal.
Oh,
Any
God.
decisions
So
you make
are we a
up until
genetic
then, you are
morph?
locked with.
Okay. Alright. Okay. Cool.
So like, if you lose your arm before then, you will have no arm for the rest of your life, which is forever, unless you get like one grown on or something somehow.
Because
We're
future.
going that far. We'll eventually figure that out.
Like you can get stem cells to do that,
Yeah.
or nanobots or something. But you couldn't be hurt, so you couldn't get nanobots injected. You could like rub them on and they could go shit. Yeah. You'd have to
Gonna have
find
to-
loopholes. Yeah, but I don't know. It still seems great to me. It doesn't seem that bad.
Yeah, but it doesn't to me because my greatest fear is losing someone I love. So.
Yeah, but to be fair, if you think about it, your parents never want to see you die before them. And they literally could never see you die before. If they lived to 300, you would still be fine. You would always be 25.
Do you think the state, because obviously you
You
get
could
recorded.
have the longest lineage in literally history. You could have a kid, grow up with the kid, see the kid have his kids, see the kid die, and then have more kids.
Oh, God.
No, that sounds. You have to learn to be very unattached.
You
Yeah,
think
well,
the government
you would
would
gain
become-
that over time.
You think the government would be kind of suspicious because they know you're still alive?
That's what I'm saying if you're not detected.
Yeah, but they know you're still alive, though.
What do they? You could just go by any name.
So
It's been
you
100
keep
years.
changing names.
It's been 100 years. You could write your own death certificate.
Oh, yeah, I guess.
You could literally become a doctor, become a lawyer,
Write your own death
certificate, sign it, everything, and then just be someone else.
Create a new identity. Well, it's not that hard to create a new
Or
identity.
you could just keep your own name and just act like you're your kid.
Oh yeah,
over and over and over.
oh yeah, it's really not that hard to create to bring a fake identity into the world. All you have to do is get a birth certificate. That's all you need.
Or
Well,
you
in
just-
Australia,
Or you just leave your country of origin and do nothing.
Yeah, if
You don't
switch
need to
countries, you
get
don't
a
need
certificate
to-
or
Yeah,
anything.
true.
You just don't tell people.
Mm.
Like you just go from Australia to Europe and you don't tell people your real name. Or you never do anything like official, and then you go back to Australia and you learn all your careers and then come back and do nothing.
Yeah.
And you wait 100 years, they think you're dead, and you do it again.
true. Also, I really need to pee.
You would never die in a war. You could win.
You could
any
be a
war
super
you wanted
soldier,
to.
yeah.
You could literally be the best soldier to ever exist. You wouldn't even need to pick sides. You could see the winner. You
Mm.
could see the loser. You could be the loser and still be alive. You because you're invulnerable and you're immortal. You
Does
could
that- do your-
literally swim from Australia to
Does the
You-
do the genetics pass on for that? Does the immortal genetic, or is it a weird
no. It's only you.
only?
Yeah, that'd be
Only
too
you
bad.
until the being in a Google years.
Okay, so in a Google years you discover another being. Okay.
But if you think about it, if you really were that lonely, and you'd already gotten over the attachment issues, you could have kids and grow
Yeah.
up with your kids, be friends with your kids.
True, but that's if you get
Be
over the
friends with their
attachment issues.
kids.
But
Be
that's
friends
not
with their kids.
human. That's not human to not be attached. Because to be attached is to be human.
I wouldn't say necessarily
It
to be human,
depends on
because sociopaths can't get attached to people
what
sometimes.
your
True.
version of attachment is.
Empathy is that what? No, I'm trying to remember what the
Empathy and sympathy
other human is that
are
Human
emotions
attachment,
that
yeah.
people feel.
for people
Like-
who they have attached to.
Like if they're hurt or you feel bad for someone.
Yeah. Yeah.
being attached to someone, it works differently. Like if you how do I explain this? If you love someone, it's not empathy or sympathy.
Mm.
You feel like an emotional attachment to that person because you feel connected to them in some way.
Yeah.
But if you've lived a billion years,
Well, you get over that eventually.
you would have
yeah.
felt it many times, and you could still feel it. But I think it wouldn't affect you as much as it probably normally would.
That's my stomach.
Yeah.
You think we should go back to the visor now?
Yes.
Because we got like
15 minutes.
10 minutes
Alright,
left.
Let's
Do you know what
End
you
it.
wrote this book from?
end it.